to my channel. It's Rachel. So this video is going to go up really on Sunday. Let me move over Lola, my puppy here. If you guys hadn't seen Lola, I introduced her on my channel a couple months back. This is the puppy. She's now 6 months old. She's a big puppy. She's like 40 pounds now. So she's going to hang out with me while we go over this video. So I thought I'd do something a little different today. So I haven't done this box in a while. This is the Target beauty box, and I got this one for this month because I actually saw one that I liked. This is a $7 box. And then at the end of this, because this is a real quick unboxing, we're going to talk about a little bit of the subscription box drama that has been going around. There was a video recently put out about boxycharm and you know, a couple of things that are being shady or perceived as being shady from the different subscription boxes. I thought we would go over it a little bit. At least I'd give my little input on it, since I do a lot of subscription unboxings in this channel, so that you guys can have some informed decisions. Jen Lovers Review did another big talk about this today, so I thought it would be a good time to really go over this. So anyway, let's just dive into this, and then I'll try to like timestamp down below when I talk about the other thing, if you guys want to skip forward. Of note, I will be doing my 1,000 subscriber giveaway sometime in the next week. I just need to get everything together, so do stay tuned to that. I did promise today that I was going to do a makeup declutter video. That has gotten delayed at least a day or two. I just didn't have time to really set up and film it the way I wanted. All right, so my son got into this box, so it's a disaster, but these boxes are $7. They're not a subscription box per se, but they come every month, and they can have anywhere from 1 to 3 boxes or even more sometimes. And basically you get an email from Target, or you can go check on their website, or My Subscription Addiction, which is a website that does a lot of subscription boxes, and they'll say when those boxes are available. And so they used to sell it real quick. I feel like somewhere around last summer they kind of went downhill, where it was kind of repeat items or hair products all the time, and I kind of got bored with it. But this box looked really interesting, so I went ahead and got it. Its theme is Pucker Up. They always do have a $3 off coupon that you can use at Target, and I believe you can use it online or in the store, so that's really handy. If you're like me, I spend a ton of money at Target, so I can easily spend this. It's on a $15 purchase or more. So we'll just go over the products here, and I'll tell you the main reason I bought this. So usually it's wrapped up really pretty, but like I said, my son got into this box. So the first thing I saw that made me want to buy it was this product here. This is the Burt's Bees Lip Shimmer and Peony. Sorry, I'm sitting back on my couch, so I'll try to bring this up closer so you guys can see the product. This I actually already own, and I love this product, and I forget what the price is on this. It is, I feel like these are normally like anywhere from $4 to $6. Like these are a bit of a penny for being like a drugstore type product, but I love Burt's Bees. They use natural beeswax. So, and I like pretty much all their products. My husband uses the chapsticks a ton. Really, puppy? She's like putting her paw on me. Anyway, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to show you on my hand. I already have one of these I'm currently using, but I love it because it gives you, basically it's the Burt's Bees formula with just ever so slight a wash of color here. So you can have a little tint of color. It has that wonderful Burt's Bees like pepperminty smell, but that's what it looks like. It's just a wash of pink, but I love this. Like I said, I have this color. So I saw this and I knew this was almost the box price in and of itself. All right, let's go on to the next item here, which is the Cooling Gel Lip Mask. This is what it looks like, and this is from 12 NYC. I don't know this particular brand, but it's supposed to deliver a cooling, soothing relief, moisturizing at home experience, and you're supposed to place this mask in the refrigerator for an hour or a freezer for 30 minutes and apply it to your lips. So that actually seems like a really cool thing, and it looks like it actually says Target on the back there, so I feel like this is a Target branded thing that they make for Target. Let me see if I can get it up and open here. I didn't pre-open some of these products. All right, got it. Okay, so it's basically a gel mask, squishy thing like that. That's kind of fun. I don't think I have anything like that. All right, next item here is a St. Ives lip scrub in Sweet Passion Fruit. So that's what it looks like. I am a big fan of lip scrubs in general. This has a little, they all have plastic on it, and I didn't even notice that before I started this video. So, my gosh. It's like they don't want me to get in the products. Oh, okay, that smells, I don't know how to describe it, but that's what it looks like. Let's just try a little bit on my lips here. Okay, this is not bad. It's very fine. This is good. It has nice graininess, a little bit of a chemically aftertaste, so, but feels really good on the lips. So that's a nice thing. So let's see what they say here. This is the Passion Fruit Lip Scrub. It's a vibrant exfoliating scrub that polishes away dullness to reveal smoother and softer lips. Okay. All right, next item here is a Dr. Bronner's Peppermint Organic Lip Balm. I have actually not tried this brand, so let's just open it up and see. It smells like Burt's Bees. Okay, let me show you guys. So that's what it looks like. I love lip balms. I take these to work all the time. My husband uses these, and this smells like Burt's Bees. It smells just like Burt's Bees. So I think this will be good to try out. And then we've got two more things here. This is the Milani Bold Matte I Am Confident Lipstick. So that is what it looks like. That is the color. That's the color. And this is the color. Ooh, that is a bold color. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that or not. So I'm gonna set this aside. I don't have any Milani stuff, so I am excited to get a Milani product in here. And it's a full-size lipstick. And then the final thing is a Burt's Bees Moisturizing Lip Mask. It's a single one here. I've had hit or miss luck with Burt's Bees masks, but it's fun to try. So anyway, that is, oh, we got one more thing in here. And then the final thing here is the Sexy Mother Pucker by Soap & Glory. And this is the Plump Up. That's such a pretty color. The Soap & Glory, I've heard, has had mixed reviews with their lip, or not their lip products, with their products in general for makeup. I love their bath products. So let's show you guys here. That is what it looks like, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit on the hand. Ooh, I don't like the smell of that, but that color is really pretty. So it's that bottom color there. It has like this weird, let me put it here. It has like it's supposed to be a gingerbread smell, and it just kind of smells weird, pepperminty, chemically underneath. I don't know how I feel about that smell, but anyway, I'll try this out and get back with you guys. I love lip glosses. So that is the entire box. So as you can see, we've gotten two chapstick type products, which I know I'm gonna love. We've got a full-size Milani lipstick and a lip gloss. So we got 4 lip products, a lip scrub that's pretty good, a little mask thing that you put in the freezer, and then just a throwaway sheet mask. This is a very good box for $7. I believe it's still available on Target. And this is one of the best boxes they've done in a long, long time for the price. And I really hope they do more themed boxes like this, because if they do, I'll definitely be purchasing them again. Like, I was very impressed with this box for $7. They had another box which had like some hair care and other stuff. I did pass up on that, but anyway, if you guys are interested, this is still there. All right, guys, so we're like maybe 10 minutes into the video, a little less than 10 minutes, and we're gonna talk about a little bit about the drama when it comes to subscription boxes. So, you guys can search all these different YouTubers and find their videos. I'm not gonna link them below, but if you're interested in watching these videos or, you know, learning a bit more about what they had to say. But there was a video that came out, and I would say it was roughly maybe a week and a half ago, by the YouTuber Not So Evil Stepmother. I kind of intermittently watch her channel, you know, and she seems to have really gotten into the investigation aspect of boxes, where she really tries to uncover more about the boxes and what they're doing and if they're doing anything shady. I think she started more as like an unboxing channel and then kind of shifted that way. There was a time where I really enjoyed her channel, and then I kind of went away from it a little bit, and then I kind of went back to watching it again. And she does do some very interesting videos. And so one thing to note that I think is kind of interesting is that she, or has said in previous videos, that she is on her way to trying to produce her own subscription box. That's what got her so interested in these investigations and getting her some behind the scene information on boxes. So this particular video she put out, like I said, was specifically about boxycharm and are they lying about their products. And she had receipts and proofs that she said to show that not only was boxycharm giving us dupe products or fake products, but they were lying and deceiving to us. Since this video has come out, there's been a lot of strong feelings one way or another. And there have been a couple channels that have kind of commented on this. For example, what's her name? It's Elizabeth Wolf. Her channel's fantastic. It does a lot of boxycharm. She talked about it in a very diplomatic way. There's another YouTuber by the name of V. She had a discussion about that. It was very good. And then Jen Love Reviews did a live chat on it today. They all brought up very valid points. I thought they were all very fair and balanced minded. So if you want to take a look at those, and then you can kind of formulate what you think about it. So basically, the claim was that boxycharm is lying and deceiving to its subscribers because they are getting these companies to give them their packaging and produce their products for a cheaper, or basically they're convincing these companies to take their products and produce it in a secret lab that they have in China, thereby creating dupes or fakes that they are then passing off as the real product. Now, all of this is based off of some DMs from the owner from Storybook Cosmetics between her and a subscription box that is not named in the video. And those DMs come from that competing subscription box. So that right there is a little bit hard because I feel like while this information she's bringing is very informative and and is good that she's bringing to surface any possible shady behavior from these companies, I don't feel like the proof is very bulletproof. It's not enough for me to get my pitchfork and go decide that a company is shady completely. So basically, these DMs said that this one owner of Storybook Cosmetics went behind her other sisters' backs, who also own the company, and they were trying to make a deal with this unnamed subscription box service to put their product in their subscription box. It fell through, there was some concern, and there were DMs going back and forth where basically this company, Storybook Cosmetics, said that this company should be grateful because they got their product, a US made product, for cheaper than what they were getting paid by boxycharm for their Chinese palettes. So from that, she inferred that that meant that Storybook Cosmetics was sending their packaging over to boxycharm, and boxycharm was taking their palettes and filling it with a Chinese-made product in their lab there. They were saying that boxycharm has a secret lab there. So I have a lot of problems with this on many fronts. I think there are some valid points in this, and I think people have some valid reasons to be very upset at boxycharm. I don't think either narrative that we're seeing from the companies, boxycharm and all that, and the narratives from this channel and this expose video are totally and 100% correct. I feel like there's some gray in the middle where it's actually correct. So my first issue, like I said, is that I don't think the DMs are appropriate enough proof to show truly what's going on. My second problem is you always have to look at the motivation of who's providing information and why. For example, the person that presented this expose video, right or wrong, she's making her own box. So you've got to look at that. One day she's going to make a subscription box. Does that change up her investigation, or is she doing this because it truly is worried about her consumers? We don't know, but that is something to keep in mind when you're looking at this. Next thing is boxycharm is looking to sell products. They're looking at selling it at a certain price. So they have a bottom line. And so you've got to look at their motivation. Are they doing this just to make money? okay? Then you look at a company, they're the companies that put their products in boxycharm, and there's got to be some motivation in there. Why are they doing it? So I see the main argument which people, and I kind of agree with this, is why would companies put their products in boxycharm if they purposely are putting in dupes or fakes, i.e. letting boxycharm create and put whatever they want in these palettes? And I don't think that they are doing that. What I think is actually happening, and not in all cases, but just in a few rare instances, is that boxycharm has a certain amount of funds that they can pay to make a profit to these companies. These companies, boxycharm obviously wants a good experience for their customers and wow brands, because that brings more people to their plate. I suspect that they expect these companies to produce these products and give it to them. And what's really happening is some of these companies are either taking a hit on whether they make money, or boxycharm is coming back to them and saying, you know, we want your product, but your quote price is too high. You either have to bring it down or do something else. And some of them will say, okay, we'll put your product in with no exterior packaging, or we'll reduce the size of the product. I don't think anyone has a big issue with that. Where it becomes a little bit more sketchy is some of the companies, I think, will come back and say, hey, I'm going to produce this collab with you, boxycharm, but we're going to do it in China when our products are normally made in the USA. Okay, so the palettes, if you go look at the Storybook palettes, they're normally made in USA, and the ones we got in the box say PRC, which is China. You go on the website for this company, Storybook Cosmetic, and they say on their website they were made in China. The other brand that had issues was Ciate London, and then recently it's coming out in the videos we're seeing now that it's the Slade Day by Iconic London, also say China. So then the question becomes, are these companies going to China? Okay, so let me back up here. I don't believe boxycharm is making these palettes and sending the products to them. That doesn't make any sense. So a company is not going to give them their packaging and send it to there. For one, the packaging does say where it's made. So these companies are not going to make a bunch of new packaging that says made in China and send it to boxycharm and say, put whatever you want in there. That is not happening. I just don't think that's even believable. What is more likely is that some of these companies are going in and saying, we cannot produce this for this price. So they're looking to these other places like China, where they can either produce larger quantities for faster or cheaper. And so that's probably what some of them are doing. Some of them may be doing the exact same formula, and some of them may be changing the formula to make it cheaper. Whether boxycharm knows about this or not, I don't know. And that is something that they are going to have to address, I think, because a lot of people are upset about that question. Do they know that these companies are purposely changing the formulas or changing where they're produced, and do they care? That is a very important question that needs to be addressed to a lot of people. And how much as we as a consumer care about it is also important. You know, some people are very upset about it. Some people don't care that much, and people are on opposite polarizing sides of this argument. Okay, so that's one big thing about it. There's an also possibility that some of these companies also produce, you know, their stuff over there, and like I said, they haven't changed the formula. They've just produced it in a different area because it's cheaper, and the labs are cheaper to do it. Those I think are a little less sketchy, and I can totally get it. I saw some valid points in watching other people's review videos and reading people's comments of some of the things that were brought up by people. One of the comments was oftentimes companies are changing formulations of their products all the time and not necessarily updating it on their websites. Due to things like ingredients getting more expensive, they decide to go to a more vegan formula. And so a lot of people are maybe getting up in arms about this when the company really was changing their product and they just caught it because now there's all this look on them. Sometimes companies change where things are manufactured. Sometimes companies have multiple places where they manufacture. One of the prime examples is Too Faced, where people will talk about how if it's made in one of their labs, it's super nice, and then the other labs, the quality is kind of crappy. Some companies do that when they do like special edition and holiday stuff. They produce it in a cheaper lab so that they can mass produce and get these things out quickly. So these are all things to keep in mind. I also want to bring up the point that just because something's made in China doesn't mean it's crappy. There's a lot of angst over that, and people being like, well, if it's made in China, it's not cruelty-free. That does not mean it's not cruelty-free. just because something's made in China doesn't mean that it's a bad product. There's plenty of really good cosmetics that's made in China, and it also doesn't mean it is tested on animals. Only products that are sold in China have to be tested on animals when it relates to that company. I think that's at a point that people kind of forget. Now, you can make the argument that China has horrible labor laws, they exploit people. That's a whole nother argument, and I'm not getting into that argument. There are valid points on all ends of that, but just realize that there's a lot of cosmetic companies that produce in China. And boxycharm and a lot of these box companies have never advertised that they are only an American-made company or only an Italian-made company or only this or that. So those are not being advertised, so it's not really false advertisement. Going to come up with another point here. So those are kind of the big things. I will tell you my experience. I've never had Storybook Cosmetics products before, and I went and looked at it, and mine is made in China as well. And if you go and look at their websites, that particular palette's made in China. I have the Little Briar Rose palette. I really like it. I think the quality is great. Now, I don't have an old one to compare it to, but a lot of people, you know, it's kind of hit or miss. Some people think theirs is great, some people don't. So I don't have a big problem with it. I've also gone back and looked at some of my other palettes and products from boxycharm, and there are ones like the Dose of Color Baked Browns palette. It's made in the US. It is really good quality. I am very happy with it. So I don't think every product we're getting is a lower quality product or a product that they've changed the formulation or changed where it's produced. I really honestly don't think that's happening. I think what is happening is that few of these brands really want to get into boxycharm. Boxycharm has a certain level that they're willing to produce at. And then these companies have to decide, okay, what am I going to do? So for example, Walmart does this with companies. You want to sell in our store, you have to meet this price. Some companies say, no, can't do it. Some companies say, okay, we'll change our product, and they produce a cheaper version of that with a lesser quality and put it in the store. And I think that that is happening with some companies. And I think it backfires for those companies, because if you're putting a crappier product in their box, it's not going to entice you to buy the product, because you're not going to expect a good product. And if that is the way you're trying that makeup brand, what makes you think that you're going to go buy it if it's shitty? You're not. And that's the thing that I think some of these companies need to kind of take a step back. Yes, they're getting exposure for their name, but are they doing their company a service? For example, and maybe their products suck in general, I'm not a big fan of Bang Beauty. I've only received their products in my subscription boxes, and I have been terribly disappointed with the quality. That is a company I will never go out and purchase their products from their website because I've had such bad luck. Now, are they making a cheaper product for their boxes? They might. I don't know. But that's an example where it backfires on a company, okay? So there are those cases that these companies actually hurt themselves. The other thing you've got to wonder is, does boxycharm actively know that this is happening? Because it hurts their brand. If it's known that they are putting in subpar quality products, are they okay with that? They may be okay with that. It may be a strategic, like, okay, yes, we're going to piss off a few people if they figure it out, but overall, we're bringing these amazing names and it's going to convince more people to come here. That may be a strategically bad idea in the day and age of videos and influencers and YouTube and all that stuff. There's one other point that I wanted to bring up that I thought was a little bit shady, and I don't know if other people brought it up, but I was watching Just Ann. She did an unboxing, and she was doing her PR box, but she hadn't done her purchased box. And her purchased, or her PR box, had the iconic palette that we were talking about a little while ago. And hers said made in Italy. She brought it up, she showed it on the camera, and then a lot of people started commenting how their palette that they had received in their paid-for subscription said made in China. So that begins to beg the question, is boxycharm actively aware that they're doing this and purposely sending to their PR department the correct product so that it looks great, and then taking that hit knowing that they're going to get the mass-produced, cheaper product to everybody else? And if they're doing that, that is incredibly shady. And I just don't know yet. That seems a little, when I'm seeing one another. So I will say that's very shady. I'm a little worried about that. I think those were all my major points. I know that there's more drama and dilemma. I think all the subscription boxes are probably doing this in some form or fashion. It's like outlet stores. If you guys didn't know this, I found this out several years ago, but I think a lot of people know this, that at one point outlet stores were only for products that were like off the, you know, like didn't sell or last season, and you could get these really great deals. All these big outlet centers blew up, Tanger and all of those. And now they have like all these huge outlet centers. And you're like, where are they getting all this stuff? A lot of these outlet centers actually produce separate clothing and products at a cheaper rate, lower quality, that they sell in the outlets so that they don't take a hit on their bottom line. And it's not always the case, but I think there are ones that they do that. And in addition to the stuff that is like last season and discounted. So I don't think this is a new practice. I think that some of this is definitely going on in these boxes. I don't think it's just boxycharm. And I don't think we've seen the end of this drama. I think that more is going to come forward, and we're going to hear more from different companies. This doesn't mean, for now, I'm not canceling any of my boxes. You know, I'm going to kind of wait and see, do a little bit more investigation and try to figure this out for myself. Part of it is because I do this channel, and part of it is because I'm not ready to go and just say canceled. I need a little bit more information. A lot of people, though, are fed up and canceling, and I do think some answers need to be made fairly soon by boxycharm. The respective companies have come out and said stuff. But I think that there is a firestorm of frustration coming from people, and I suspect we're going to hear more about this. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Hopefully I'm fair and balanced, and you guys, you know, I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I don't get a lot into drama. In general, you're not going to find that on my channel. I tend to just stick to my normal stuff. So, but if you guys found this video interesting, or you want me to comment more on this kind of stuff every once in a while, let me know. If you find like, no, stay out of this topic, we don't want to hear it, that's also fine too. But I just thought I would talk about it and go from there. All right, guys, I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.